So I've been seeing a lot of women get mad at men who comment on a specific body part that the woman put out there for a man to see, and they get mad when he comments on it, when he actually says something about it. This is where we need to learn how to dress for the attention that we want to receive. Please do not get mad at a man, or anybody for that matter, for commenting on something that you put out there for them to look at. That's like putting a big slap me sign on the back of your head and get surprised when somebody slaps you upside your head. Make it make sense, y'all. This has been something that's always bothered me because, I've gone on my own journey of how to dress and all that kind of stuff. And it is a journey, okay? Because not just overnight did I change how I dress, okay? I didn't dress modestly my whole life. I didn't dress covered up my whole life. But as I've grown in my relationship with God, I've noticed that my tastes have changed, and I've grown in my age too. So I just look at things and I'm like, that's too young for me. Like, I can't dress like a 21-year-old. I'm not 21 anymore, okay? Women hate when somebody tells them how to dress or comments on how they dress when they are out here dressing like a certain type of person that look like you might be a little loose. You might give it up easy. You can't get mad at somebody for pointing that out. If it's how you look, if it's how you dress, even if it's your style, accept that, okay? I'm not saying do it. I'm not saying dress like that, but accept the attention that you are receiving when you are putting it out there, when you are dressed for that attention. If you're dressed like a police officer, but you don't expect people to treat you like a police officer, then why are you dressed like a police officer? If you're literally dressed like Tweety Bird's grandma, don't be surprised when somebody calls you ma'am. And if you're dressed like you literally just stepped off of the stage of Magic City, don't be surprised when somebody calls you. The women who want to talk about, well, a man can't tell me how to dress and this is how I want to dress and he just won't have to deal with it. How would you treat a man who went outside in heels? How would you treat a man if he went outside with makeup on his face? Some women be up here rejecting men because their eyebrows are too arched or because their pants are too tight. If that man try to talk to a woman, she will automatically perceive that man as being gay, and she will not talk to him because she already thought that he was gay. If it was a woman that was into gay men, then she might be into him. But let's be honest. You get what I'm saying here? It doesn't matter if you are rejecting a stigma that comes with the way that you may dress. People around you are still going to treat you and address you in a way that you present yourself to the world. Just the way that people are, okay? We see what you wear. We see how you present yourself to the world. And if you are dressed in a way that presents something that you don't want to be, then don't dress that way again. And I know a lot of people may do this, but they wear a cross around their neck and they have their boobs hanging out. Like literally low cuts, boobs, and then a cross, like almost sliding in between your cleavage. That thing bothers me. And I know so many women probably don't even notice that they do it, but this is me telling you that that may not be the best option of doing things. That's like putting holy and sanctified as a tramp stamp. I don't think we should do that, y'all. The Bible calls women to dress modestly, and I know a lot of women hate the word modesty as much as they hate the word submission, but it is what the Bible calls us to do, and it's good. It's a good thing to be modest. We are supposed to be appropriately dressed all the time, okay? But especially when we go to church. And I mean, just imagine if you met Jesus today, and you were not in a bathing suit, but like you were wearing something that's very risque, that's making people think so many things. How would you feel if you met Jesus in that outfit? Would you feel like you want to cover up? Would you be covering yourself up? Or would you be trying to hide like Adam and Eve did? Because it's very important how we present ourselves to the world and how we present ourselves to God. We are supposed to be a living sacrifice for God. Our bodies are temples of God. How are we treating our bodies? How are we dressing our bodies? How are we presenting our bodies to the world? That is important for us to really take into account. Every day we get up in the morning, every day we put on some clothes and go outside. And modesty isn't just how we dress, but how we present ourselves to the world as followers of Christ. And it may take some time. You may not get saved, or you may not hear this and be like, well, now I got to change my clothes. It takes some time, but just pray. Pray about it. Ask God to change your heart to see how you can please him and be more pleasing to him. And he will change your style. He will change what things you even like to wear. There's some cute, modest fashion out here, okay? It's a lot of cute, modest fashion. And you don't have to look so down and drab all the time. You can actually look very pretty and very bright, very beautiful, and very feminine. It's okay to be modest. It's a good thing to be modest in the way that we present ourselves, in the way that we dress. But if you don't dress modestly, and if you do put your body on display, don't be mad when somebody comments on it. Don't be mad when somebody says what you wanted them to think. You want them to think, but you didn't want them to say it with their mouths. Don't be mad when they say it with their mouths, okay? Yes, people need to have more respect for people, but at the same time, how can we respect you if you are dressed as if you don't respect yourself? And I know people might be like, oh, well, it doesn't mean that I don't respect myself because I dress this way. I actually do respect myself. That is not what the people see. That's not what people see. They see that you're dressed as somebody who will be considered a loose woman. And loose women, unfortunately, don't get the respect that a woman that is covered up may get. It's just what it is. Let's stop playing and acting like we don't know these things. It doesn't absolve people from having respect for everybody, no matter how they are dressed. That's a whole other story. Yes, that is in the Bible as well. But we have to start with ourselves. Anybody will disrespect somebody that may be completely dressed well. They don't have anything wrong with how they're dressed or anything controversial with how they dress, and they might still be disrespected. But let's start with the obvious things, okay? Let's start with the obvious. That's all I'm saying, y'all. All right, don't get mad at me. Also, don't get mad at people who comment on the way that you dress. If they comment in a way that makes you offended, then you're probably dressed in a way that is not appropriate. Kind of go hand in hand. All I'm saying is dress the way you want to be addressed. Dress for the attention that you want to receive.